Well, it's the final game of match week 11. It's third place Manchester City hosting sixth place Liverpool, just the 1 point separating the two teams. This is a massive clash at the Etihad Stadium. Which way is this going to go? It's going to have a huge bearing on how the table looks after match week 11. Liverpool going with a strong lineup, the same one that beat Real Madrid in the Champions League, as Manchester City had a quite comfortable evening against Dortmund midweek. Liverpool with the mini revival after beating Aston Villa in the league, and then Real Madrid in that very impressive performance where Real Madrid barely fashioned a clear-cut opportunity. Florian Wirtz seems to have found a new home here at left wing. As for Manchester City, that combination of Ryan Cherki and Erling Haaland, both there, they were devastating against Bournemouth. Bournemouth suddenly have conceded 7 goals in the last 2 games. Things going a bit tough here for Andoni Iraola. Brilliant here from Manchester City. It's Erling Haaland, no surprises as Doku carries on the right-hand side. What a run this is from the Belgian. Look at him go here. Doku. Oh, he looks for the cross. They had to double him up there. Florian Wirtz chasing the length of the pitch. Andy Robertson starting at left back today, ahead of Milos Kerkez. Well, Manchester City recovered very, very well, didn't they? After they lost that 1-0 game against Aston Villa in the league, they went on a really good run after they had lost back-to-back games against Spurs and Brighton. Just thought that maybe Manchester City would be wobbling this season, but no such problems after they put on a very impressive run. And since that loss to Aston Villa, 3 victories in all comps. For Liverpool, well, 6 losses in 7, and every Liverpool fan watching around the world were probably pulling their hairs trying to figure out how it went all wrong so quickly after winning the title. Now finally a bit of stability here, but for both teams heading into the international break on the back of a loss, this could be particularly damaging for Liverpool. City still in third place. A victory here will take them 4 points behind Arsenal. Arsenal look like the runaway leaders, but that's what happens when you just draw a game. You drop a couple of points, and suddenly you're just looking over your shoulder here, because the points difference between 2nd and 10th is 3 points. Chelsea in 2nd with 20 points, and Crystal Palace in 10th with 17. That's how tight the league table is this season. Nico Gonzalez has settled in very nicely, hasn't he? Had a troublesome start to life at Manchester City. Now you can see that Pep trusts him a whole lot more. Tijani Reinders on the bench. Cherki tried to get that away. Szoboszlai starts in the number 10 position, where he finds himself very much at home. He has been Liverpool's best player despite all their problems. The driving force in the middle of the park. Here's Mamardashvili. Decent keeper, but safe to say that Liverpool have missed Alisson. Seems to pick up these long injuries, especially at this point of the season. Difficult for him. Nico O'Reilly, brilliant bit of skill to get away from the challenge of Gravenberch. It's a foul, and Gravenberch is a bit lucky that he didn't pick up a yellow card for it. Maybe because it's an early challenge. Clear foul. Nico O'Reilly, who scored that cracking goal against Bournemouth last week. You could have seen that from Pep Guardiola's reaction, how much that meant to him. He's made left back very much his own here this season now, with Josko Guardiola, the left-sided centre-back, Ruben Diaz on the right, and of course Mateus Nunes as the right back, now primary source of width on that right-hand side for Manchester City. But Jeremy Doku will have that freedom, Rhea. The way that he's just upped his game this season, Jeremy Doku is such a threat. You want him to start on the left-hand side, obviously, because he's a natural winger, but I would argue in the center, he creates so much problems. I mean, his acceleration, his ability to stop and start with that kind of burst is a nightmare for defenders. Well, Gravenberch with 2 fouls in real quick time. This one on Doku. We feel that Doku is playing on the left because Manchester City have a lot more interior players in Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden and Ryan Cherki. But Jeremy Doku is a real weapon there. Scored that goal against Manchester United early on, where Phil Foden's header, if I remember correctly, came from that bit of skill from Doku. Here's Guardiola. Here's Doku in the half space on the left-hand side to Nico O'Reilly. Cross comes in, easily clear. Doku gets there first, and if he had gone to ground, it would have been very interesting. How has he kept his balance? And somehow Liverpool just happy to clear. Jeremy Doku looks electric already. 5 minutes on the clock. That is not convincing there from Ibrahima Konate. Now, if Doku goes down there, he has every right to claim a pen there, but stays on his feet. Here's Szoboszlai to Ekitike. Mo Salah, top scorer for Premier League champions. 4 goals, despite not being at his high level, still managing to produce goals. That's what he's all about. Here's Konate. A lot of talk has been about Liverpool's build-up without Trent Alexander-Arnold. Now, yes, he's an unbelievable passer of the ball, and he took a lot of the responsibility for Liverpool to build out the back, but one man's absence cannot do so much difference. But once again, if you look at no Alisson for Liverpool, those are 2 key components. But even with Alisson, it looked not in sync, to say the very least. Here's Robertson. Florian Wirtz, his first involvement in the game on the left-hand side. Crowded out immediately. Good defending there by Mateus Nunes. Gonzalez, what a pass that is for Phil Foden. City now looking expansive. It's Doku on the left-hand side. He's up against Connor Bradley. Jeremy Doku fizzes that ball. Oh, what a pass. It's a real shame that Phil Foden couldn't bring that under control. Oh, Jeremy Doku, that is unbelievable. The way he scans the pitch in real quick time and then just punches this ball, weighted to perfection. Phil Foden has to do better. He has probably robbed an all-timer assist here. Well, Phil Foden continue to make that central run. O'Reilly pinches the ball. City look up for this one here. Liverpool on the ropes. City are so much more direct now, aren't they? Especially with the athletes that they've got. I mean, they've got Haaland as a one-man wrecking ball in front of goal. 13 goals in the Premier League this season. I mean, this guy is a robot in front of goal, man. Just create chances and he'll score. And talk about creating chances and scoring. It's Mo Salah. He scuffs his effort. And it's easily into the hands of Donnarumma. Half chance there for Liverpool and it fell to the right person. Mo Salah making something out of absolutely nothing. Good win there by Connor Bradley on the right-hand side. Had an outstanding game against Vinicius Jr. midweek in the Champions League against Real Madrid at Anfield. Ended just 1-0 that game, but it was only because of Thibaut Courtois' heroics that kept that scoreline pretty much that, because he made some unbelievable saves in that match. The sight of Thibaut Courtois will still haunt Liverpool fans after what he did to them in the Champions League final. Here's Mamardashvili. Liverpool need clean sheets here. They have back-to-back clean sheets against Aston Villa and Real Madrid. Talk about Villa's resurgence has been quite spectacular to watch as well. Here's Cherki. Oh, that's a foul there by McAllister right in front of the referee. Well, Gravenberch has committed a couple of fouls. McAllister has put one too. So early fouls here by Liverpool, trying to stop City by any means. Jeremy Doku just trying to push and run. Konate helps, but it turns out to be a problem. It's Jeremy Doku. He's lost his balance. Ryan Cherki's blocked, and on the follow-up, blocked again. It's cleared. They might have a look here whether or not that was a pen. Jeremy Doku handed a gift after Ibrahima Konate inexplicably crashing into Connor Bradley. City happy to kick that away. They will have a look at VAR. Oh, Ibrahima Konate, what have you done there? Look at this from Doku. He just tried to push and run. Konate is just trying to help out, but he's caused so much problems. He could have squared it for Haaland, and that is a definite contact there from Mamardashvili. He's leapt in. He has caught Doku. Yep, his foot and ankle has caught Doku. Even a little bit of contact in the box for players moving in that kind of pace. It's a pen, man, and if Liverpool get this decision in the favor of them, they will be very fortunate. But once you slow this down, you freeze frame, you will see contact. Jeremy Doku, you can see there, top of the sock and the knee very much making contact on the boot. Now, there's a question whether or not that's enough contact, but when you're moving at that pace in the box, Liverpool will be very fortunate to get away with this one. Look, they're having a look at this 3, 4, 5 times. It might work in Liverpool's favour. I wouldn't be surprised. Look, he's lunged in, he's pulled out. He has made contact. Could Doku have found Erling Haaland there with a slip pass? It is really quick. There's not enough time, but you can see Haaland just demanding for the ball, but it never comes. The referee's had an age to look at this one. I don't think he's going to give it. Well, Virgil van Dijk just trying to make himself a presence in front of the referee. The pen's been given. That is the right decision. As I mentioned before, even the slightest amount of contact and a player moving with that kind of speed in the box, even though it's a soft pen, it is a pen. Mamardashvili will have to try and bail his team out here. Well, Mamardashvili has the small task of stopping the elite marksman, the man with 13 Premier League goals. With match week 11 now being concluded, he is going to bury this pen, isn't he? Liverpool trying their dark arts, a bit of gamesmanship to try and throw off Erling Haaland. He's just back there chilling. He knows exactly where he's going to put this ball. And make no mistake about it, he's going to put it with power. Well, Mamardashvili, he hasn't had a big moment for Liverpool in goal yet. If he saves this Erling Haaland penalty, this will go right up there. Look at Haaland's last 5 pens. He has missed 2. Mamardashvili will have to put off Premier League's top marksman this season. Massive moment in this game already. It's been all Manchester City so far. It's Haaland up against Mamardashvili. Erling Haaland is saved by Mamardashvili. He guesses the right way and he pushes it away. He atones for his error, and that is a massive, massive save to keep it at 0-0. Well, Haaland doesn't strike it with the power. He goes for direction in this occasion. He is human after all. Big one there from Mamardashvili. Outstanding. He guesses the right way. It's hit with considerable amount of power, even with Haaland's side foot. That is a top save. It's not quite in the corner, but it's got enough power and direction, and Liverpool catch life. Well, Liverpool did the double over Manchester City last season. The season before that, both teams played out 1-1 draws, so City have not beaten Liverpool in quite a while here. Good pass on the right-hand side. And Nico O'Reilly is being touch tight with Mo Salah. Well, Erling Haaland, I expected him to bury that, but now you look at his last 6 pens. He has missed 3. Is that something that Pep Guardiola will have a look on the down low, but it will be a brave man to take a pen off Erling Haaland. And Mamardashvili, biggest moment in Liverpool colours. Well, the Liverpool fans might think that, yes, justice has been served because there wasn't enough contact in, and I can see it from their point of view. But letter of the law, contact in the box is a pen. Maybe Haaland just telegraphed that pen by opening his body up a second too early. Mamardashvili guessing right and getting the reward. Well, just the start we needed here, and that will be the wake-up call that Liverpool get here. They're only going to get one. Look at Doku again. Brilliant pass. Foden loses his balance again. This time maybe it's Bernardo Silva who does commit the foul on Virgil van Dijk. Well, Doku is picking out these outstanding passes, but his teammates are really letting him down with the touches here. Well, Bernardo Silva unfortunately loses his balance and he just leaves one on Virgil van Dijk. Well, Doku played that magnificent pass to Phil Foden early on, and this time to Bernardo Silva. Pep Guardiola will be happy with the start. He's seen his team very much on the front foot. A win here, and they're 4 points behind league leaders Arsenal after match week 11. Liverpool, on the other hand, it wouldn't be all doom and gloom. A victory for them will take them second too. As I mentioned before, it is so tight in the Premier League. Second place to 10th, separate by just 3 points. Here's Ruben Diaz. It's the first time this game has really let it breathe now. City keeping a bit of possession. Liverpool are the ones just chasing shadows. Van Dijk just boots that away. Well, Donnarumma made a clanger against Bournemouth, where he flapped at a corner and fell right to Tyler Adams. City didn't pay for that mistake because they were too good on the night. They scored 3, could have had a couple more quite easily. Here's Nico O'Reilly. Liverpool need to wake up. It's as simple as that. Manchester City will be devastating when they do have those opportunities to go in front of goal, but they haven't done anything. They need to get Hugo Ekitike involved. I think he's had 1 touch of the ball in 16 minutes. That is not nearly enough. Again, Konate with the ball forward for Salah. He can't bring that under control. He's asking a lot of Salah there. Again, Konate's header. Konate really is struggling to bring the ball down and a bit of composure out the back. Here's Josko Guardiola. Has cemented that centre-back place alongside Ruben Diaz this season. City's spine look good. Looks very good with Donnarumma, Guardiola, Ruben Diaz, Gonzalez. Add Rodri to it. Then you got Haaland. Here's Foden though on the left-hand side. Jeremy Doku. Really going to give problems. What a pass again. Surely this time Ryan Cherki, with the help of a deflection, takes it over the crossbar. Well, Jeremy Doku should have at least an assist in this match. How about this for a pick out? Wow, it's inch perfect. It could have found Foden. It finds Cherki instead. It's a good block this from Virgil van Dijk. It's a combination of Van Dijk and Konate by the looks of it. It's a corner though for Manchester City. The chances keep coming for the home side. Foden's cornered in. Mamardashvili lets that go. It's Konate who clears that off the line. And the header by Nico Gonzalez out for a goal kick. Well, Manchester City are cutting Liverpool open. It's not with their quick passing. It's just Jeremy Doku driving with the ball and then finding incisive passes. He has been electric this match so far. Strong challenge there by O'Reilly. He's touch tight every time. It's not just with Salah. He knows that Josko Guardiola can defend wide spaces, so Nico O'Reilly is happy to bomb forward or even join in midfield, knowing that Guardiola has that pace and that understanding of playing that wide centre-back role. Here's Mamardashvili. Main reason why the scoreline is still 0-0. Erling Haaland's pen was on target, but saved by the Georgian. Here's Mamardashvili. How's the pass? It's pretty good. Finds Wirtz. Andy Robertson. Lovely 1-2 here. Wirtz now in the pocket. Oh, that's a poor pass there from the German. No conviction, but the ball somehow finds its way to Ekitike. Robertson keeps the ball with good composure. McAllister now. And Florian Wirtz needs to take care of his passing, especially the weight and the direction, especially when Liverpool have not had too many attacks here. Nearly 20 minutes on the clock. Salah. Gravenberg. Again, there's no movement in front of him. Manchester City are just packing the central areas here. Pep Guardiola with a 4-4-1-1 mid-block. Beautiful setup here off the ball. It's 4-1-4-1 if you have a look at it from the bird's eye view. This is textbook off the ball play here from Manchester City. It's like Pep Guardiola has evolved, isn't he, in terms of defensive structure and importance. Knows that he hates conceding goals. Another long ball forward here for Mo Salah. Does well to shield it. Here's Gravenberch. Could have gone for Bradley. It's Salah instead. He fakes and somehow keeps the ball. Liverpool looking disjointed in attack. Again, that pass has to go to the right back, doesn't he? He's got the momentum. He's got the speed to push forward. Szoboszlai's flick on for Wirtz is intercepted. Good header back. Josko Guardiola times his jump well. City should be able to clear, and they do. 20 minutes on the clock. Liverpool with finally a bit of attacking threat being shown here. Manchester City's captain Bernardo Silva. He's got a free role in this team. He can go wherever he wants. You'll see him sometimes at left back, sometimes wide on the right hand side, dropping between centre backs. He really does have the luxury, and this is an unfortunate moment here for Manchester City. Just before the international break, it seems that Nico O'Reilly may not be able to continue here. Something off the ball, which can only indicate, or maybe indicate, a muscle injury. Unfortunate for Pep Guardiola if that's the case. Whether or not Ryan Aït-Nouri is back on the bench, we'll just have a look. But Nico O'Reilly has been a clear favourite for Manchester City. Would be a huge blow for him. He started the game well. They'll hope that it's a contact injury rather than a muscle one, because that'll definitely signal his end to the game. Pep Guardiola does look forlorn on the bench here. Look at him. It's like he's seen a ghost. He's trying to figure out how he's going to solve this Liverpool puzzle without Nico O'Reilly. Again, he's just holding his calf muscle there, the lower half. Could be really, really sore for Nico O'Reilly if he's done some damage there. So they'll have a look. He's back on his feet, which is the good news. They'll make sure they'll want to test that one. Few calf raises. As you can see, he didn't make any contact there. It's just the way that he might have just probably hyperextended that part, but seems okay. He's walking off. Pep Guardiola might say that give it a minute or two before he makes a decision. Aït-Nouri should be warming up just in case his number is being called here, but O'Reilly's okay. Halfway through the first half, Liverpool yet to really threaten or trouble Gigi Donnarumma. It's another long pass there by Virgil van Dijk to Mo Salah. The long balls aren't working for Liverpool. They need to bypass the Manchester City press with the short passes. This is where you need Gravenberch, McAllister and Szoboszlai to really demand for the ball here. They'll be under pressure. Those quick passes around the corner, that kind of telepathy. It's the same midfield that won the title last season, so that's the least you can expect. Ooh, that's a foul there by Mo Salah on Josko Guardiola. Okay, no real malice or intent on that. Just a bit of follow through there by Mo Salah on Josko Guardiola. Pep Guardiola has seen both his left-sided players hit the ground in back-to-back minutes. But from Liverpool's point of view, the best case scenario is pretty much this one. It's 0-0. Manchester City should be at least a goal up. If you ought to be honest, Haaland's penalty miss aside, the way that Jeremy Doku has created some outstanding chances with his passing cannot go unnoticed. Will not go unnoticed. Again, Haaland is a battering ram, isn't he? This makes it so uncomfortable for Konate, but does well, the Frenchman. Mamadashvili to Robertson. That might have gone out of play there. It has. Again, Liverpool look very, very slow in the build-up. And you need to see a lot more from the midfield. When you're seeing your defenders struggling to build out the back, that's where your midfielders have to just drop a bit deeper and help out in the build-up. Cherki trying the 360. It's a throw-in for Manchester City. Yes, you want to push that line forward, but you're seeing an obvious flaw here in the game. At least for a few attacks, you want to see the likes of Szoboszlai just drop a touch deeper, maybe 5 or 10 yards. Close the spaces between the centre-backs and the centre midfielders.
Here's Bernardo Silva. Ryan Shirky. Ruben Diaz. Good pass there to Phil Foden. Turns and he's got nowhere near him here. Liverpool's work off the ball is very passive. Shirky nearly finds Phil Foden. Again, Liverpool very passive off the ball here. Should be closing down, especially those central players. You're seeing Phil Foden pick up the ball and turn. Saw that on a couple of occasions. Shirky on this occasion between the lines. Nobody near him. Liverpool have to get their midfielders a lot more active here. They're almost passengers in this match. They're not getting involved in the build-up and they're not covering the spaces centrally. Here's Szoboszlai. Now Gravenberch. Poor pass there by Ryan Gravenberch. Just talked about the Liverpool midfield and that pretty much sums up the opening 25 minutes. And someone as good as Ryan Gravenberch missing just regulation passes. Beautiful pass there for Haaland. How about that for a touch? It's magnificent from Haaland. And now it's Doku on the left-hand side. Look at O'Reilly busting his gut to get there. Doku shows strength. Throws off a challenge. Jeremy Doku side netting. Well, it's all Jeremy Doku in this match for Manchester City. He is electric in the box. You don't know which direction he's going to turn. He gets a bit fortunate here. He's just trying to be a bit forceful in his play. But the strength he shows here to just stiff-arm the challenge. And then turns on his weaker side on his left foot. That has not just hit the side netting. That was a save by Mamardashvili. It's a corner for Manchester City. Floated in. Konate should be able to head that away. Doku brings that down. What a touch that is. Doku's put on a clinic here. Phil Foden. Oh, he gets robbed off the ball here. Mo Salah gets robbed too. City win the ball back really quickly. And now Doku trying to isolate the player. Jinks right and then goes left. His pass is not accurate. Wirtz picks it up. Florian Wirtz. Lovely bit of play there. There's a foul and a definite yellow card. I want to see who the referee books here because there are two City players rather, who tried to stop Florian Wirtz. This is a lovely bit of skill there from Wirtz to get past Bernardo Silva and Nico Gonzalez. Nico Gonzalez says not today. Not today. As cynical as it gets, a yellow card for Manchester City's defensive midfielder. Here's Conor Bradley on the right-hand side. Tries to find Hugo Ekitike. Well defended by Josko Guardiol. Riley takes a bit of a chance. And he's still composed under pressure. Mo Salah trying to bully him off the ball. Riley is strong. Oh, look at the composure there from O'Reilly. That is outrageous. Phil Foden helps out. Oh, this is just magnificent build-up here from Manchester City. I can only applaud how they have kept the ball. That is special. Look at this. One touch, passing excellence. Oh, this is champagne stuff here on the right-hand side. Matheus Nunes. And now Haaland is busting a gut to get into the box now. It's a real shame that City couldn't get a shot away after that simply superb sequence of play. Shirky. That was unbelievable. Started with Nico O'Reilly, Phil Foden, number 10 helping out his teammate. Thanks, Kashish. Here's Nico O'Reilly. Thanks, bro. Kisko support kar rahe ho? Draw? 1-1 draw? Draw would be the best result for Arsenal. Good ball in! Haaland's header! It's 1-0 to Manchester City! Oh, Matheus Nunes pinpoint ball to the elite marksman that is Haaland. It's 1-0 to City. He missed the penalty. This time he buries his header. City have a deserved lead. Liverpool haven't woken up. City fire first. That is vintage Haaland. His 14th Premier League goal in 10.5 games. This is outrageous from this man. He just keeps setting the bar higher and higher. What a cross this is from Matheus Nunes. It's on the money. Haaland jumps. Perfect header. This guy is crazy, man. Might have taken a bit of a deflection off Konate, but Erling Haaland, He's there in the right place. No deflection. That is a perfectly directed header. He is inevitable. He scores when he wants to. He gave Liverpool a chance. He missed a pen. But that time, that was classic Haaland. 1-0 to Manchester City. Totally deserved. Ashish, whenever you talk, there's a goal on the stream. 30 minutes on the clock. The City fans will be very, very happy. They've totally dominated proceedings and they have a brilliant goal to cap that off. Well, Liverpool have had enough warning signs. They haven't paid the warning. Oh, City take a bit of a chance. They do manage to clear. Robertson loses out. City on the charge on the right-hand side. Here's Ryan Cherki. Looks for Haaland, but it's behind him. But he still gets it first. Erling Haaland keeps his balance. Jeremy Doku drops the shoulder. Oh, either side of Mamardashvili. And that could have been 2-0 just like that. City are so devastating when they play one or two touch. Here's Wirtz. Thought about the floater. Florian Wirtz with the strike. Easily blocked. Here's Robertson. Again, it's an aimless ball in the air. Have to do better here, Liverpool. Midfielders demand the ball. They just won't. See Robertson playing long balls. It's much better there from Szoboszlai. Ekitike. He's been crowded out and muscled by Ruben Diaz. Liverpool have had 2 touches in the Manchester City box so far. Nowhere near enough. Especially with this way City defend and who they have in goal. Nice bit of play. It's very comfortably done. On the left hand side. And City looking so comfortable. Just baiting the press here. Liverpool are being passed around with such ease. Nico Gonzalez. Cherki. Ooh, Van Dijk. If that's a foul, that could be a yellow card too. He goes to the back of Ryan Cherki. Virgil van Dijk is absolutely furious. I think it's a compounding reason why. Oh, that's a clear foul. Maybe doesn't warrant a yellow card. Well, Chelsea fans and Arsenal fans will be hoping for a draw here. More Arsenal fans, because if they have just Manchester City 4 points behind them, the margin for error just keeps decreasing. Arsenal have been irresistible for a long period of time. One draw and suddenly things have opened up. Here's Gonzalez. Finds Jeremy Doku on the left-hand side. Another beautiful pass by Doku to O'Reilly. That left-hand side is absolute money for Manchester City. Here's Doku. In which direction does he decide to go? He decides to be conservative with his actions. Here's Diaz. You can see the Manchester City centre halves about 10 or 15 yards into the Liverpool half. That's the kind of dominance they've had. Look at the Liverpool defence on the other hand. They're almost petrified. Because if they try to play offside, Haaland, who is rarely offside, just has to time his run once and be found. Bournemouth tried to play a high line and they were brutally exposed. Can't do that against Haaland. So how do you try and defend? If you defend deep, you allow the likes of Doku to pick up a lot of space and drive at you. Just Haaland's presence alone makes such a difference. Erling Haaland has 14 Premier League goals. The next highest is own goals for Manchester City, Esteve for Burnley. And then the rest of the team have just chipped in with 1 goal each. It's absolutely crazy. I mean, you talk about purple patch, but he's been doing it for 3 seasons now. I mean, this is who he is. This is Erling Haaland. He just scores goals. And it's up to the rest of the team to pretty much get to his level. They're such a threat. especially in the Champions League when the margins are so fine. All you need is a goal to go through. This guy can just turn it on a dime with one chance. Liverpool haven't won the second ball here. They have looked very passive in midfield. Wide men aren't able to get forward. Salah has been an isolated figure. Wirtz has tried his best to try and use his dribbling abilities and ball carrying capabilities to just get forward, but it's all in vain so far. Well, over 35 minutes on the clock. Liverpool with 2 attempts, none on target. Nowhere near enough in terms of attacking output. Can City work this brilliantly? That's surely a foul on Doku. You just can't handle him. Alexis McAllister will definitely pick up a yellow card. He had absolutely no clue where Doku was going to go. He wasn't going to let him turn. And he is a nightmare to defend against. McAllister now walking the tightrope on a yellow card. Gravenberch has to be careful too. He's made 2 fouls in the first half. Phil Foden, what a pass. City are playing some liquid football here. Doku in a central area now, causing Liverpool all sorts of problems. That time his pass easily intercepted. Here's Szoboszlai on the left-hand side. Good pass there for Alexis McAllister. Here's the Argentine. Oh, he's robbed off the ball. He's so ponderous on the ball. The McAllister of last season was just making those quick passes. This season is just taking an extra second, and it's far too costly in midfield. Here's Salah on the right-hand side. Almost feels like a switch in position here for Florian Wirtz. He's getting no joy on the left. Maybe on the right-hand side, but against Guardiola and O'Reilly, good luck. Mateus Nunes, this guy is another class player, isn't he? The centre midfielder for Wolves. Couldn't really cement that position for Manchester City, but Pep just harnessed all his abilities and just made him into a all-round solid right back. He's got an engine on him. He defends diligently and he's got quality. We saw it about the cross. Well, Salah hits that against Nico O'Reilly. It's a Liverpool corner. I think that's the first of the match here. 8 minutes into the second half. 8 minutes remaining before the second half, but Liverpool need a bit of impetus, something to go their way here. They've got the presence. Van Dijk, Ekitike and Ibrahima Konate. The obvious targets. The delivery has to be spot on. Surprised it's not Szoboszlai taking this corner. It's Mo Salah instead. Well, we saw Donnarumma flap against Bournemouth. Let's look at his approach against Mo Salah's corner. He's got height. Header by Van Dijk. Oh, brilliant. That is a captain's goal. Bullet header from Virgil van Dijk. And Liverpool are level. Their first meaningful chance created. And it's their captain who comes up trumps. 1-1 at the Etihad Stadium. Well, Liverpool's 2 stalwarts comes up trumps in a moment where they were struggling. Brilliant pick out there by Mo Salah. And it's Virgil van Dijk's header. Let's have a look. Good ball in. Oh, well, Andy Robertson, he is offside. Is he obstructing the view of Donnarumma? He is, you know. This is going to be a tight call. Ashish, wait. Is this going to be given? He ducks. I don't think Donnarumma is going to get there. He's getting a clear look. That's not obstruction. I think they should be fine with this goal. It should stand. Oh, the decision is no goal. Ooh. I mean, he is offside. He is blocking the view. But you can see from the camera angle behind the net, Donnarumma gets a clear view, a clear sight. That's not given. That is harsh on Liverpool. They don't get the goal. And it's 1-0. Andy Robertson caught in an offside position. Tough luck. Arne Slot must be fuming there. He thought he really caught life right before the half-time. Instead, his team have to go again here. Doku just breezes past Bradley magnificently. Could be a sucker punch here for Liverpool after missing out on the goal. Whew. Manchester City are so fast. Liverpool looks so tired when they run back. Alexis McAllister has aged 5 years in 40 minutes by the looks of it. Tough decision against Liverpool, because it's definitely tough. Offside, he was offside, but he wasn't blocking the path of the keeper. Hard luck. Here's Shirky. It's a good win there by Florian Wirtz. He gets away from another challenge. It's Bernardo Silva with a cynical foul on Wirtz. Will be a yellow card for the Manchester City skipper. That is as cynical as it gets. You can see there Ryan Shirky lost out on that occasion. Wirtz has been fouled twice, and on both occasions he's gotten the player booked. Gonzalez picked up the first, and now Bernardo Silva. Well, Arne Slot will be urging his team to get one good opportunity before the halftime whistle. City going into the half-time. Oh, what a poor pass that is by McAllister. What is he doing there? But City somehow find themselves in a tricky position as Mo Salah on the right-hand side chops it on his left. Decent pass. Wirtz with a turn. Very good block there. Oh, McAllister again. His passing is just nowhere near the levels. Manchester City, on that occasion, found themselves... Oh, what a poor pass that is from Mamadashvili. Having done so well to sweep up, that was a shocking pass. Salah gets fortunate, but he does so well to create some sort of an opportunity. Again, look how strong Jeremy Doku is. It's almost impossible to dispossess. Here's Doku. Beautiful. Look at the way they're passing this around. This is absolutely brilliant. Gonzalez with the strike. It's a deflection. It's a corner for Manchester City. They are just saucing out here, Manchester City. The way that they're playing in tight spaces is something to marvel at. Pep Guardiola's team are putting on a clinic here at the Etihad Stadium. Corner for City. Just under 2.5 minutes of normal time remain in this first half. We saw Virgil van Dijk score with a bullet header, which was disallowed for Robertson being offside. Will Liverpool's problems be compounded if City score? It's Ryan Shirky who will take this on his right foot. Not enough height. Haaland gets a flick. Should be able to clear. Don't need it. It's a goal kick. Not a good delivery there from Ryan Shirky, but 2 minutes plus added on time remain for Liverpool. Best case scenario for them is to try and get a goal back before half time. Look at this ball there by Mateus Nunes. That is just outstanding. Pep Guardiola watching that like poetry in motion. He is a funny character, isn't he? But he is absolutely serious about the game of football. Again, Van Dijk goes for the diagonal switch to Salah. Good play there by the Egyptian to try and keep the ball. Liverpool can't play out the tight spaces like Manchester City do. Will be a throw-in. Well, as it stands, Erling Haaland, the difference maker between the two teams. He has been the difference maker in every game he's played, man. He's just that guy. He just is that guy. Again, that's the third McAllister pass that has been dispossessed or intercepted. I mean, he really needs to fix up here. Virgil van Dijk, his clearance finally finds an accurate pass. McAllister. Well, Arne Slot must be preparing his halftime team talk, and Whether or not we'll see. Oh, get Konate's pass. Just very poor. Liverpool out the back. You can see why Manchester City are pressing so high up the pitch here, because Liverpool are really struggling with the forehand goalkeeper to just find the spare teammate. City's forward press has just been excellent. Again, look at the way Phil Foden is in that position. Not the first time where he helps out in that position, which allows City to play out the back. It's just beautiful football. Look at this patterns on the pitch. Foden to Doku. Now Phil Foden runs into the half space. 7 minutes of added on time remaining in this first half. Here's the Belgian Jeremy Doku committing 2 players here. That's the kind of attention you need to pay to him. Guardiola. O'Reilly. Onto the left hand side. Here's Jeremy Doku. Oh, what a pass to O'Reilly. This is good ball retention here from Manchester City. Deep in Liverpool territory. It's perfect for them. Brilliant carry there by Bernardo Silva. Here's Matheus Nunes. Again, City played with so much precision here. This is outstanding football. It's Ryan Cherki like a ballerina in the box. Can't get his cross. Just keeps his feet. 3 players surrounding him. Twinkle toes there from Ryan Cherki. Look at the composure at which Manchester City defend, man. Guardiola is a spectacular footballer. Again, with such ease, City move all through the gears. Bernardo Silva. Onto the right-hand side. Here's Ryan Cherki. Couple of step overs. Left-footed ball in. Deflected. Out for another corner. It's Virgil van Dijk's header. Well, Liverpool, from their point of view, 1-0 going into the half-time break is not the worst-case scenario here. They have been thoroughly outplayed. Manchester City look a level above the Premier League champions here. 2 minutes of stoppage time has been played. Foden delivers. Haaland's flick on header is cleared away. Finds its way to Doku at the edge of the box. Doku's cross cleared by Van Dijk. Might go away for another corner. Yes, it does. City are really cranking up the pressure. Liverpool aren't able to escape. City take it short. Liverpool caught napping here. Cherki. Bernardo Silva. It's a shot from distance. Gonzalez deflection. 2-0 to Manchester City. Well, Liverpool completely caught napping. Nobody closes down the centre midfielder. He gets a hefty deflection, a touch of fortune. But they absolutely deserve it, man. Manchester City 2-0 up. Too good for Liverpool. Well, this is the price you pay if you do not close down midfielders who can strike the ball. You're in real trouble. Slick conditions out there. As soon as it takes a deflection, Mamardashvili, look at the amount of time. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's too much time. Virgil van Dijk sticks out a lazy leg trying to block that out. Oh, it's poor defending, really. He doesn't face up. Instead, he kind of turns away and it takes a... Yep, there's nothing Mamardashvili can do about that. Kashish Bulja. City are winning this comfortably. 2-0 and it can get worse. Virgil van Dijk shakes his head. He could have had the equalizer. Instead, heading into the halftime break, City are 2-0 up. Liverpool need to score. They need to score 1 before halftime because City in the second half, I don't see how this changes. Nico Gonzalez. I think this is his second Premier League goal if I'm not mistaken, and if that's the case, he's the second highest scorer for Manchester City this season. (2-0) for Manchester City. Comfortable scenes. Liverpool need to find a way to stitch at least a meaningful team attack before the half-time break. Just give themselves something to cling on to. Here's Robertson. Wirtz's touch is heavy. What's up, Manny? Good pass. Oh, look at Haaland, man. It's just brilliant. He somehow finds Jeremy Doku off balance. His hold-up play has been first class today. Here's Doku, commits two and then bursts past Bradley again. It's Jeremy Doku. We have seen this story all of the first half, where you can see Connor Bradley just puffs out his cheeks as he's happy to just prevent that from getting into the box. Good defending there from the youngster. Stuck to his guns. Made sure that he had to chase Doku all the way to the byline there. Corner for Manchester City. Could get worse. It's their 6th corner. Surely not the 3rd before half-time. Corner comes in. Haaland's header. It's a ballooned effort. Out for a goal kick. Alana Slot, after a decent recovery week against Aston Villa and Real Madrid, sees his team be completely outplayed here at the Etihad Stadium. 6 losses and 7 before that. Just shows you that Liverpool's foundation and structure is quite feeble now. Heavy defeat here, especially before the international break. Pretty much rules them out of the title race by the looks of it, because they just haven't been at the races this season, despite spending nearly £500 million this summer. Again, McAllister takes his time. Takes 2 or 3 extra touches. Suddenly there's a challenge on him. Let's have a look again. 1, 2. Better from him. Here's Robertson. To Virgil van Dijk. Ryan Gravenberch. Dominic Szoboszlai. 15 seconds remain. Liverpool need to get this forward. Wirtz. Salah. Back to Wirtz. It's all sideways and backwards here for Liverpool. Now the forward pass arrives through Gravenberch. Robertson's header. City defend that very well, and that just might be that in terms of first half action. Referee allows this attack to continue. Again, it's backwards and sideways from Liverpool. This is so poor from Liverpool, man. They don't get the ball in the box before the half-time whistle. Manchester City, on the other hand, have been nearly spotless in this match. It could have gotten worse for them, as Mamardashvili saved Erling Haaland's penalty. But Haaland wasn't to be denied. A few minutes later, after Mateus Nunes's pinpoint cross into the box found Haaland for his 14th Premier League goal this season, gave City the lead. Liverpool thought that they had the equalizer after Virgil van Dijk's header was adjudged as offside, with Andy Robertson supposed to have impeded Donnarumma's view. But it was going to get worse for Liverpool just before half-time, as Nico Gonzalez's deflected effort took it past a helpless Mamardashvili. As Manchester City are 2-0 up, as it stands, they head into the international break in 2nd position, 4 points behind league leaders Arsenal. Manchester City 2, Liverpool 0. Match week 11 has been all about the goals. We've seen Aston Villa score 4, Newcastle concede 3. We saw Nottingham Forest score 3, West Ham scored 3. There were 2-2 draws yesterday between Sunderland and Arsenal, and Tottenham Hotspur and Manchester United. Chelsea put 3 past Wolverhampton Wanderers. And we're seeing 2 today here. Aston Villa's recovery this season has been outstanding. Manny? Who is Kashish? Kashish is one of my close friends. Don't ask personal questions. See ya, brother. Semenyo missed the pen. Horrible for FPL. What's your points right now, Manny? How many for this week? Who's your striker, by the way? Have you removed Haaland? Haaland missed the pen, but he did score. He'll get one more chance for sure in the second half. You still have Joao Pedro on your team? I'm sure you don't. See, you removed him, score 2 in 2. I tell my friends, don't pick Chelsea players in the FPL. No jinx. Haaland captain, no brainer in FPL. See, I knew it. Mateta. They played a 0-0 draw today against Brighton, if I'm not mistaken. I think the only 0-0. Debating Embuemo. Pretty good. But they do have AFCON, so you might have him for a good month. Might as well. He is the only goal scoring hope for Manchester United. He's scoring well. Who else? You have Mikel Sebastian in your team? What does that mean? I think Real Madrid played today, didn't they? Let's see the La Liga scores. Ooh, 0-0. That is a terrible, terrible draw for Real Madrid. Are you guys hanging out? Oh yeah, Manny, your place. I forgot. It's very hurtful, guys. It's very hurtful. Thoughts on the United game yesterday? If it's Mohit asking, very boring. But the last 10 minutes was very interesting. I thought Spurs should have closed out the game. United did well in the first half. Loudly. Yeah, first half, but I think the changes for Manchester United were a bit negative. Casemiro came off maybe because of the injury. Ugarte came on, Manchester United stopped playing. Mason Mount made a decent cameo. I thought he was very good. Benjamin Šeško could have scored 2, instead gets injured. Unfortunate for him, but Matthijs de Ligt, I think he's been excellent for Manchester United. He's been one of their mainstays. I prefer him playing the centre-back role, but when Maguire's in the team, he takes that position and de Ligt is forced on the right-hand side. It's a bit of a tweak, but Manchester United, after 3 wins on the trot, back-to-back 2-2 draws. Not ideal, but much better than last season. Well, the first half for Manchester City has all been about Jeremy Doku, man. He's just been electric. How do you stop this guy? Goes left, goes right, can shoot. The passing has been next level. Liverpool's misery could have started very early on if Haaland managed to score the pen. Mohamed Ashwali's biggest moment for Liverpool this season. Came at a much needed time. Barcelona plays Celta Vigo next. Going to need another centre midfielder and more quality wing backs. Centre midfielder is a no-brainer, bro. Gopal, I like how you're asking insightful Manchester United questions. But another centre midfielder. Adam Wharton, Elliot Anderson, these are the 2 big names that United have been linked to. Either one of them just astronomically improves your centre midfield options. Get both and you're a team that is probably able to be with a lot more consistent midfield with Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro in 2025, nearly 2026 now. Could do a whole lot better. They need to spend big. Elliot Anderson will cost a lot of money. I mean, Newcastle United sold him for 55 million pounds, and Eddie Howe felt that because of PSR, they felt that they would have to make that move. Hi Smithy, what's up? Why are you texting from Manny's phone? Not texting, but chat. Hello. Big fan. Big fan, Manny. I'm a big fan of you as well. Guys, play poker. I've taught you the game. It's a good time. I like that Van Dijk goal. It's very unfortunate. It's given us offside. Would have been some sort of a lifeline for Liverpool. Smithy is so silly. I told Manny. Hi Shagun. What's up? Manny, tell Smriti who's Kashish. Explain to her. Manny, I know exactly what you're doing. I know it. I know it. Just before the second half. Well, for Liverpool, they need to make changes. It's as simple as that. They can't allow that midfield to come out of the pitch again. I thought the way that McAllister and Gravenberg, the lack of responsibility they took in the middle of the park, has to be questioned. Cody Gakpo is an option, maybe on the left-hand side. They can bring him on. And Florian Wirtz maybe going in the number 10 position with Szoboszlai dropping in to the pivot. But Liverpool need to make a change. Maybe we might see Curtis Jones, who has been a lot more influential in the midfield for Liverpool, but I would be very surprised to see the same team roll out for the start of the second half. For Manchester City, more of the same. Some of the best football we have seen from them this season, especially the way that they've played it through tight spaces, has been particularly brilliant to watch. Erling Haaland, 14 goals in the Premier League, by far the best marksman this season, as is every season for Erling Haaland. He is the biggest hope and opportunity for Manchester City trying to wrestle their title back from Liverpool this season. Arsenal, after match week 11, will end up top, regardless of how this result finishes, but big win for City here will take them second, 4 points behind Arsenal, with Chelsea in third. Just have a look at the Liverpool bench. It's all about making those substitutions. I mean, when you see your team being outplayed like that, have to make changes. Wataru Endo, Milos Kerkez, Alexander Isak, Federico Chiesa, Curtis Jones, Cody Gakpo, Freddie Woodman and Rio Ngumua. So there is enough quality, especially in the
Chelsea
attacking
in
options.
third.
Alexander Isak might be the, the most obvious option, but you see the number of touches that Ekitike had in the first half. That should really concern Liverpool and Arne Slot, because if you just replace Ekitike with Isak, just automatically isn't going to change, because they haven't given him enough service, hasn't taken a shot, so you can understand why Arne Slot might just wait 15 or 20 minutes to see whether or not their overall gameplay does improve. And if City manage to score the next goal, it's just over. It's just a matter of how many Manchester City decide to score after that. Again, that Van Dijk defending, it's not a big movement, but it's just a nothing movement really. Just make the slightest bit of movement. It's all it needs. I am looking at Liverpool's team coming out and I don't see changes here. Arne Slot deciding to run it back. It's a risky tactic. We'll see how it pays off. As it stands, Arsenal 26 points after 11 games with a plus 15 goal difference. Manchester City on 22 points with a plus 14 goal difference, and that they'll look to improve. Chelsea in third with 20 points. I think Manchester City are top scorers of the league, with Chelsea in second with this result as it stands. Well, Arne Slot would have looked at that first half. There's a lot of dismay. Now it's an opportunity for him as the rain pours down at the Etihad Stadium. We're all but set for the start of the second half. Well, Ryan Cherki gets us off and running for the start of the second half at the Etihad Stadium. Manchester City 2-0 to the good, and they just have been too good for Liverpool here. Haaland scored the first. Nico Gonzalez via deflection scored the second. Haaland, of course, missed that penalty before he scored. Liverpool, it could have been a whole lot worse for them. Van Dijk had a header which was disallowed. Other than that, Liverpool have not created enough chances. Their build-out play from the back has been really poor. Let's see whether or not that improves in the second half. Mamardashvili's kicking has looked very panicky. That's an excellent pass though by Szoboszlai onto the right-hand side. Here's Mo Salah up against Nico O'Reilly, who's had his number so far. That's a nothing ball by Bradley. Ekitike is strong. Can't get a shot away. Salah's shot is blocked. and Ryan Shirky can lead the Manchester City counter-attack. Oh, that's a brilliant challenge there by Van Dijk on Erling Haaland. Had to get that spot on as well because Ryan Shirky and Erling Haaland were looking to spring Manchester City for a counter-attack. Ekitike loses out. Shirky finds Gonzalez. Brilliant from Gonzalez. The way that he just commits a couple of players. He gets the foul and he relieves the pressure. Settling in more and more nicely here to life at Manchester City, Nico Gonzalez. Doku for O'Reilly on the left-hand side. It's nearly inch perfect. Jeremy Doku was waiting to get to the end of that. Slightly overhit there from Nico O'Reilly. We talked about this the first half. Manchester City's left-hand side is absolute cash money. The way that they just move the ball, it's just been sensational. Here's Salah though, trying to just find that pass through the eye of the needle for Ekitike. Has another opportunity. Instead it's to Florian Wirtz. Onto the right-hand side. Can City get back into their shape very quickly here? Ekitike on the left-hand side here. Interesting position that he's decided to pick up. It's Szoboszlai and Florian Wirtz almost trying to pin the Manchester City centre-backs. Bradley. Wirtz on the right-hand side. Decent pass there for Szoboszlai, who gets away, but not away from Diaz. Good defending there by Ruben Diaz. It's the first time we have seen Dominic Szoboszlai bursting his gut to get into the box. See Liverpool rewarded with a corner here. Well, Salah picked up a pinpoint cross off the corner for Van Dijk in the first half, which was disallowed. This time they'll be hoping a similar outcome. Early pressure here for Manchester City to defend against. The corner comes in. Ooh, there's a push there, maybe on the back of Ruben Diaz. Yep, clear foul there by Van Dijk. He is exasperated, but he can have no complaints. Don't see the foul. It's definitely not Van Dijk. Maybe it's Konate on Ruben Diaz. The foul was given and Manchester City can look to build out the back. And look at the difference between how Manchester City play out the back and Liverpool do. That's surely a foul there by Konate. He's got a hold of Haaland's jersey and he's so lucky that he evades a yellow card. It's so needless. He's beaten there. And once you tug the jersey, that's a clear yellow. Haaland is so strong, man. When he gets around, there's no chance of trying to get around him. Here's Nunez. Goes back to Diaz. Again, the range is teeming down here. Manchester City, the conditions are slick. This is perfect here for players who like to play those quick 1-2s and get that ball moving here. Again, where's the Liverpool midfielder in the build-up? Let's have a look. McAllister is in the number 10 position. Wirtz is the right midfielder. Interesting. Again, he's dropping very deep, almost in that Phil Foden position when Manchester City were looking to work their way out of tight corners. Still have to go backwards though. Konate. Szoboszlai. There's a right back here. That's a good pass. Brilliant from... Oh, Salah was through on goal. Donnarumma with a heart-stopping moment. He comes charging out. They get away with that one. That was a cracking pass there by Gravenberch for Ekitike. It found its way to Salah. Surely a foul there by Foden. That is much, much better there from Liverpool. Donnarumma, that's a nervy moment. This is a brilliant pass. It's a first-time ball. Salah's through on goal. So needless there from Donnarumma. There's two defenders. It's 2v2. You don't have to do that. You put yourself in so much risk. Imagine if he just cleaned out Salah. Could have very easily been a red card. And just like that, Manchester City could have lost control of the match. It's a free kick though for Liverpool. It's Dominic Szoboszlai to deliver this one. Szoboszlai's ball into the box. It's nearly a brilliant one, but City now will have the counter-attack. It's Jeremy Doku up against Connor Bradley. He's had no joy today. Look at Doku go again. It's magnificent. It's Ryan Shirky. City on the break. It's amazing. It's Shirky's shot. It's blocked. And Gonzalez clearly fouled. Liverpool at 6s and 7s at the back. Connor Bradley with 2 or 3 fouls on Doku. The referee allowed the play to continue. The way that Doku just drives with the ball and finds the pass so accurately, I mean, he has just been levels above the rest of the team here. Just look at him go. That's such a cynical foul there by Bradley on Jeremy Doku. It's 2 fouls there by Bradley, isn't it? And both could have been yellow cards, but it's happened in the same phase. That's why he gets away with just 1. Well, McAllister picked up a yellow. Gravenberch is still not on a yellow yet. City making a substitution. It's Savinho coming on. Might be looking to play on the right-hand side. Bernardo Silva might be a candidate. But Pep likes to leave his captain on the pitch for a lengthy period of time. Savinho has struggled in terms of output for Manchester City. He's definitely got a lot of talent. Surprising decision here to see Ryan Shirky come off. But City going with a bit more directness and wing play ability. Ryan Shirky comes off for Savinho. Will the City fans applaud Ryan Shirky with another very good outing. Starting to build that connection with Erling Haaland. Him and Phil Foden as the 2 number 10s really gives Manchester City a lot of creativity in the middle of the park there. Savinho on, which means Bernardo Silva might just take Ryan Shirky's position in the midfield with Savinho on the right-hand side. It's a free kick for Manchester City. Foden has waited a long time for it. It's Phil Foden who takes a deflection. Nearly finds its way to Jeremy Doku. Josko Guardiola looking to mop up. Instead he finds him. How does he find that pass? This is brilliant to Doku. On the blind side as well. Doku just gets away from Salah with so much ease. Now just stops and before accelerating, surveys his options. Here's Diaz. Bernardo Silva on the right-hand side. You can see Savinho on the same scoop pass there for Savinho. His first involvement. Savinho looking to find Haaland, but it's a corner for Manchester City. The way that Manchester City have attacked the wings has been excellent to see. Andy Robertson and Connor Bradley have had long evenings here. Especially Bradley up against Jeremy Doku. And Bradley's on a yellow card too, so he has to be very careful. Especially against Doku in these conditions. Could be very tricky. Corner for Manchester City. Foden delivers. He's got height and curl. Guardiola, it falls to him. And McAllister clears. Guardiola is looking to control the ball in the box. There's not enough time. Here's Bernardo Silva. Looking at Haaland's positioning. He's just trying to peel away from Virgil van Dijk. Here's Doku. Immediately double team. He gets out of that impossible situation. Doku with the strike. It's straight at the goalkeeper. Jeremy Doku just continues to dazzle on the football pitch here. Look at that. He's got 2 defenders. A little bit of a flip-flap and he's out of there. Ridiculous footballer, man. Such a fan. Ooh, that's a foul. That's a bad foul there by Guardiola. Should be a yellow card, certainly. He's lunged in. He's caught all of Florian Wirtz. Doesn't get a yellow. I'm surprised. Florian Wirtz was absolutely clattered there. Has he just lost his footing? Yep, it's a clear foul. Both feet have left the ground. Fortunate to escape a yellow card. Josko Guardiola can probably have one more opportunity to make a challenge in this match. Well, the double substitution and no Alexander Isak. Very surprising here. He is on the bench. Milos Kerkez comes on for Andy Robertson. And Cody Gakpo will be operating on the left-hand side. Let's see who he replaces. Ooh, it's Hugo Ekitike. That is a strange decision there. Yes, Ekitike has not gotten himself involved, but you want to leave your informed striker Man who scored the most in terms of strikers this season on the pitch, especially when you're 2-0 down. Which means now Cody Gakpo, who's mainly operated as a left winger this season, now will be playing down the middle. Interesting decision there by Arne Slot. That's why the managers get paid the big bucks to make big calls. Szoboszlai's ball into the box, easily headed away. Here's Bradley. I'm surprised he's still on the pitch. But Jeremy Frimpong is out for about 6 weeks. Last time I checked. It's a lengthy injury, might be hamstring too, so will take him time to acclimatize as he's barely gotten his Liverpool career up and running. Good press this from Liverpool. Szoboszlai. Wirtz. Clever pass for Conor Bradley onto the right-hand side. Fizzed into the box and nearly an own goal there. It's Nico Gonzalez who scored at the other end. Could have very easily turned it back into his own net here. It was fired in with pace. It hits him in that area just below the knee. Hits the roof of the net. It's a corner for Liverpool. More luck than judgment here, but it's a corner regardless. They have to take advantage of set pieces because they've created so little from open play in this match. Van Dijk and McAllister in dialogue here as corner is going to be delivered by Florian Wirtz. No height, no distance, easily cleared away. Disappointing corner. Yeah, this is where you want someone like Dominic Szoboszlai to take your corner kicks. He's got the whip, he's got the technique. Maybe use him instead. Here's Gakpo on the left-hand side. Cody Gakpo chops in, waits for the overlap, it doesn't arrive. Instead it's McAllister. Conor Bradley to Mo Salah. Salah to Bradley. Bradley across the face of goal! And Cody Gakpo nearly makes the perfect impact. Running at the far stick. He gets good connection on it, but it's over the crossbar, and that's the best opportunity Liverpool have created by a country mile, and that nearly resulted in a goal. It was fired in with pace. He just has to keep it down. Not an easy technique. Huge moment, and Arne Slot would have felt that his substitution working in the very first minute would have made him look like a genius. Here's Bradley. Man City getting their first warning shot fired as we're nearing into the 60th minute into the match here. Here's Gakpo. Will be full of confidence here. Hit the post thrice against Manchester United at Anfield after Harry Maguire scored the late winner. Gakpo was very unlucky on that evening, but this time he had a clear sight of goal. Have to look at the view from the back of the goal as to how far it was, but it looked like an empty net from that angle. Difficult technique, but a lot of encouragement there for Arne Slot and Liverpool. Pep Guardiola clearly not a fan of the rain here. All decked up, must be thinking of going on holiday during the international break and play his favourite sport, golf, as Donnarumma goes long. Well, Haaland has been a bit of a passenger in the second half. His services not urgently needed, with Manchester City still having that cushion goal. Half an hour remaining of normal time here. Second half has flown by pretty quickly. Here's Konate. Bradley. Mo Salah. Here's Konate. Goes for the switch of play. Far too much on it. Ibrahima Konate's distribution has been lackluster, to say the very least. Really has struggled. That's where you need Gravenberch, McAllister. Demand the ball off him. Take the pressure off him to build out when he's clearly struggling today. Brilliant pass there from the City centre-back for Doku, who just gets away from the Gravenberch challenge easily there. Bernardo Silva retains the ball with the composure that Manchester City play with here. Guardiola under pressure, being closed down. They've taken a risk here. Wirtz, the clever reverse pass. Well, it was Cody Gakpo who made that run. He's been all over the front line here, Cody Gakpo, so far. Again, we've seen some decent movements here from Florian Wirtz. The way that he picks this pass out quickly. Might have been slightly offside. Tough call that from the linesman. Yeah, we are seeing glimpses of Wirtz, but we need to see a lot more consistency with his actions and touches. Cross comes in by Kirkes. A lot more of an attacking left back. Bernardo Silva gets the ball back somehow. City playing a rondo again, and they press out beautifully. The switch of play is on here. Look at O'Reilly go on the left-hand side. He's got a bit of space here. Waits for support. Doku immediately on hand. Jeremy Doku gets away from the challenge. Doku with the strike! Oh my goodness me! The best player on the pitch scores the best goal of the match. He absolutely deserves this one. Jeremy Doku. The shake to get past Konate is so good. The finish is even better. Jeremy Doku, I can only salute. Oh, yes. Manchester City score 3. Liverpool in all sorts of problems. City goes second as it stands. And it's going to be a heavy 30 minutes for Liverpool coming up here. Again, the way that they play out the back, it's this secret sauce, their recipe for success. Nico O'Reilly drags the entire team forward, waits for a bit of support. Jeremy Doku, you are putting on a clinic. Wow. Speechless, man. Absolutely speechless. Look at that. The strike is even better. It's a full curler, pace, whip. What else do you need? What a player. What a player. And it seems that Manchester City have finally unlocked Jeremy Doku. Pep Guardiola is in dreamland here. After his last victory came in April 2022. It's been a long time coming, but it's in emphatic fashion. City are not done here. They can really rub salt to their wounds here. Couple more goals will just send Liverpool fans and players into real meltdown heading into the international break. Gravenberch gets robbed off the ball. Oh, it's just brilliant from Gonzalez. Under pressure, so composed. Nunez decides to clip the ball. Instead, it's easily intercepted. Here's McAllister. Might be a foul there by Savinho. It isn't. McAllister comfortably robbed off the ball there. Concerning. Gravenberch quickly playing the pass forward. Here's Wirtz. Look at the number of City bodies there. Wirtz has nowhere to go. And he's robbed off the ball comfortably. And it's Phil Foden who's helping out defensively. That is excellent from Foden. Here's Foden. Well, 65 minutes on the clock. Liverpool yet to lay a meaningful glove on Manchester City. Cody Gakpo, that miss proving out to be very costly. Could have changed the dynamics completely. A few minutes later, City take the game away from you. Well, Pep Guardiola will be happy to see his other players contributing in terms of scoring goals too. It's not just been the Haaland show. Today, it's been the Jeremy Doku show. Konate. Bradley. Beautiful pass there from Bradley. Here's Konate. Alexis McAllister. Again, 2-3 touches. It's far too many, man. He has to release it quicker. There's no time. Erling Haaland pressing. You can see Haaland, Foden, all of them working tremendously hard. Even though Manchester City are 3-0 to the good. Here's Gravenberg. McAllister. That's a good pass. Finds Kirkes. Cody Gakpo being put under immediate pressure, forced to go backwards to his Dutch colleague in Gravenberg. Connor Bradley. Nico O'Reilly, excellent. He's put the clamps on Salah all match so far. Here's Florian Wirtz. Szoboszlai. Better from Liverpool in terms of combination play in midfield. But still they're forcing all the way back here to their defenders. Here's Cody Gakpo. Oh, it's a risky pass. Haaland's eyes just lit up. Liverpool survive. Here's Gravenberg onto the left-hand side. Again, Liverpool searching for answers, but it's all sideways. Need to get the ball forward. Try and break the lines. Get someone behind the City back line. But without Ekitike, they do lose a bit of that presence and someone to occupy the centre-backs. No Alexander Isak yet. Here's Bradley. Don't imagine Alexander Isak coming on here because Liverpool are 3-0 down. At best, they can get a consolation goal. Look at the way City are winning the ball here. It's almost like men versus boys. Just snatching the ball off them. Jeremy Doku on that occasion helping out. Here's Szoboszlai. Gravenberg finds Virgil van Dijk. Pushes the pass onto the left-hand side to Kirkes. Here's Gakpo. Two substitutes looking to combine. Again, Kirkes not able to burst past the challenge of Savinho. Fresh legs on that side for both teams. Here's Gravenberg. Mo Salah. Nico O'Reilly already paying close attention to the Egyptian. Forced to go back to Szoboszlai. Every time Liverpool go forwards, they have to pass backwards. Salah again trying to put O'Reilly in the mixer, but O'Reilly is so composed. He's just keeping his eyes on the ball, not falling for the fancy feet. Very good defending. Very impressive, Nico O'Reilly. Wouldn't be surprised if Thomas Tuchel includes him. Oh, that's a suicide pass there. Somehow City have enough behind though. McAllister, Gravenberg, Szoboszlai. It's a nothing pass there by Dominic Szoboszlai. And now Manchester City on the counter-attack. Their tormentor-in-chief there, Jeremy Doku, very much on hand as Dominic Szoboszlai has to commit a cynical foul. It's a foul and a definite yellow card, and that's one that Szoboszlai had to take for his team. Jeremy Doku has been unstoppable for the best part of 70 minutes. But it's a good thing that Szoboszlai fouled him because there's no way he's going to catch him. I want to see whether or not he got the yellow card. It was certainly a yellow card challenge. Here's Nunes. Savinho. Drops the shoulder. Good bit of skill from the Brazilian, but can't get away as Cody Gakpo helps out defensively. Into the 70th minute. Manchester City in dreamland here. Top scorers of the Premier League. Haaland, Gonzalez and Jeremy Doku all on the score sheet. Remember, this match started with Erling Haaland missing a pen. Well, 20 minutes plus stoppage time remain. Liverpool at this stage just looking for a glimmer of hope, something to take forward. They're losing games and they're losing big games too. They've lost to Chelsea, Manchester United, and now it's Manchester City who are absolutely putting belt to them. The only success this season has been against Arsenal. That was a 1-0 victory, a Dominic Szoboszlai special free kick late on in the match. Good header down. Ooh, Liverpool take a bit of a chance. Shifted onto the right hand side. Here's Mo Salah. Outside of the boot pass, easily read. It's like Nico O'Reilly is saying, none of your tricks are going to work on me. It's just not going to happen today. He's just been a complete left back. He's going to get the assist as well for that Doku goal, but he deserves that. The way that he just strides forward with no hesitation, knowing someone as deadly as Salah behind you, still he just trusts his ability and his teammates. Here's Van Dijk. Liverpool for the first time have their entire team in the opposition half for the looks like an eternity. Here's Szoboszlai on the right hand side. O'Reilly loses out on the challenge. Szoboszlai, cross comes in, and that time Matheus Nunes defends very well. Cody Gakpo is looking to make that run on that left hand side again. Szoboszlai not thinking, just delivering the ball into the box with pace and whip. Liverpool's fourth corner. If there's ever a time for Liverpool to score, this is the time. From open play, it's been slim pickings. A bit more success with corners, but 3-0 down. They need something to pull themselves back into this contest here. City are not done here. They have another goal waiting for Liverpool. Cody Gakpo delivers. Konate's header goes back to Szoboszlai. That's a curious pass by Szoboszlai. Yep, because he was definitely offside. Cody Gakpo was miles off. See the Haaland defending very well. City making a substitution here. Omar Marmoush is coming on, and he will take the place of Jeremy Doku. Man of the match performance. He's just been special this evening. I mean, I really hope it's not just the goal that you've seen about Jeremy Doku. His passing, his dribbling, the way he's committed players forward, absorb contact, the strength, the power, and you just add the goal on top of that. This is a 10 on 10 performance. Jeremy Doku getting a hug from Pep Guardiola. This is some way to sign off before the international break. Jeremy Doku, man of the match. Will Liverpool respond with a change themselves? It's far too late as Alexis McAllister gives way for Curtis Jones. Doku is off and Omar Marmoush will be playing on the left-hand side. We've got the Egyptian king and now the Egyptian prince on the pitch. Szoboszlai loses out with the pass. City on the counter-attack. Look at Matheus Nunes go, and Haaland has bent his run. He gets there first. Konate does well. Haaland, Marmoush, thought about the shot. Omar Marmoush's effort is blocked. Good composure shown by Curtis Jones. And now Szoboszlai. Good pass onto the right-hand side for Mo Salah, showing his pace, but Nico O'Reilly. What can you say about that? Just the composure in defending. 101. Here's Wirtz. Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai's cross has been blocked. Corner for Liverpool. Well, Omar Marmoush, you can see why he just wanted to shoot on that occasion. Haaland and Marmoush leading a two-man counter-attack to add the fourth. Salah looking to deliver. Again, the obvious targets. Virgil van Dijk, Konate and Cody Gakpo. Wait and see, is anyone waiting at the edge of the box? Salah delivers. It's a very poor corner, very, very poor, but somehow Liverpool keep the ball in play. Curtis Jones robbed off. That's a clear tug on Savinho. How's the referee not seeing that? Throw in for Liverpool. Under 15 minutes plus stoppage time remain. Liverpool roundly beaten here. On the left-hand side, looks for the cross. Guardiola, oh, the chance for Virgil van Dijk. Gets away from him. Szoboszlai, brilliant save. That was arrowing into the top corner. Gianluigi Donnarumma with a terrific save. Szoboszlai catches this as perfectly he could have imagined that. It wasn't quite in the corner, but it's a strong wrist by Donnarumma. Corner for Liverpool again. Does he beat the first man? He doesn't. Bradley's header, trying to turn that into play. Donnarumma makes himself big. It's a good block there by Guardiola. Surely the offside flag had to be raised. Wait for the attack to continue. Liverpool still can't get that ball over the line. This was a cracking strike by Szoboszlai. I mean, he's caught that as perfectly as you can imagine. It does take something special to beat Gigi Donnarumma. There you have it. First attempt on target for Liverpool in the 77th minute. It's been hard work for the Liverpool forwards. Curtis Jones. And he's making quick decisions. One touch, look for the pass. Very clever by Jones. Gakpo is onside. Drops the shoulder into the box. Good defending again by Matheus Nunes. He's been diligent throughout the second half. Cody Gakpo will look to take this corner. Liverpool are pretty much living on corners here. Konate, Van Dijk making their 7th or 8th run in the box here. Need to get the delivery spot on though. Hasn't beaten the first man the last 2 corners. This one does, but it's easily cleared by Gonzalez. Bradley's headed again. There's a chance, but the defending by Manchester City is outstanding. So switched on for the back post there. You see Virgil van Dijk who had made the run. Very clever. City just committed 2 players there just to make sure that even if Van Dijk gets the first touch, the second one will be theirs. Savinho trying to play a bit of bully ball there, but he loses his footing. Could Liverpool have been a bit more proactive with their substitutions early in the second half? Feels that Arne Slot just waited far too long. Here's Konate. Conor Bradley. Salah. His pass has been intercepted comfortably as well. Game to forget for Mo Salah. Decent pass, and as you mentioned that, it's Mo Salah's throw on goal, and it's just gone wide. Can you believe it? That pretty much sums up Mo Salah's evening. He somehow finds himself through on goal here. City don't defend this well. He's clearly onside. City fall asleep, and having gotten there first on his left foot, it's a couple of inches wide. That's a poor miss from Salah's standard. The angle is closed, but you really do expect him to fill the back of the net there. City, their clean sheet still preserved. When Salah's missing these kind of opportunities, you just know that it's not your day. Could have had his 5th Premier League goal. Instead, Liverpool still waiting for their first one. What has been a painful outing for them at the Etihad Stadium. Good pass forward. It's good goalkeeping there by Donnarumma. He's very clever. Might have taken that out of play for a corner, but does just enough. He has, but I think he's just okay. He's quick in his actions. Well, 10 minutes plus stoppage time remain. City still looking. And Marmoush is demanding for the ball. Takes an age to get there. Has to bend his run instead on the right hand side. And City with a death by 100 cuts here with these short passes, forcing Liverpool to come out here. Almost playing with a 4-2-4 here now, Liverpool. Gonzalez loses the ball. Szoboszlai turns, and he will look for Salah here. Decides to delay his pass because Salah was offside. Now he is on, but nope, not in time. Well, Szoboszlai has to release the pass quicker because Mo Salah is running at real pace. Once he stops, for him to get back onside, It's going to be really difficult, but again, these are very curious substitutions here from Arne Slot. Is Joe Gomez coming on? Is it for Virgil van Dijk or maybe for Konate? We'll wait and see. City played this out nicely here. Savinho to Bernardo Silva. Lovely 1-2 played. Exchange with the skipper is immaculate. Here's Foden now driving. He'll be thirsty for a goal. What a pass this for Nico O'Reilly. And that is a very surprising finish from O'Reilly. You expected composure from him for something more of a low driver. Instead, he really went to belt this ball. What a pick out this is from Foden. Sets the ball out. Immediately falls down for cramps. You expected him to go to the same bottom corner as he did against Bournemouth last week. This time he decides to go for a pacey effort with power. Well, Florian Wirtz is coming off here as Federico Chiesa comes on for what looks like just a bit of cardio minutes, really. Connor Bradley. His evening ends after one of his toughest challenges. Imagine he had to play against Vinicius Jr. on Wednesday, and he does really well, and then plays against Doku and gets destroyed. I mean, that's the life of a Premier League footballer. You're only as good as your last game, and people's memory, very fickle. Well, 7 minutes plus stoppage time remain. Liverpool looking for a consolation goal at least. Chiesa. Pass forward for Salah. Still got the pace. O'Reilly just robs the ball off him so easily. It's been the feature of the match. But Pep Guardiola has coached the perfect performance. Well, City are 4 points behind Liverpool, but the goal difference behind Arsenal rather, and their goal difference is identical. So even though Manchester City haven't been defensively nearly at Arsenal's level, they are scoring a bucket load of goals. Top scorers in the league once again. Erling Haaland, Mr. 90% off it. And gets away from the challenge nicely. There is Gravenberch onto the left hand side. Here's Kerkez. Here's Dominic Szoboszlai. Mo Salah. Liverpool lose the ball quite easily there. City's work off the ball has been first class today. Has given them the platform to really go out there. And that man right there, the skipper, has led by example in that fashion. He's been all over the pitch. Love to see his heat map on how he's just covered pretty much every blade of the Etihad grass. Pep Guardiola will still play 90 minutes for no rest for Bernardo Silva, even though it was 3-0. We had the same scoreline against Wolves yesterday, and Enzo Maresca made Moises Caicedo play all 90 minutes. I won't forgive him for that. The game was done in the 65th minute. He gave Enzo the rest, and Enzo did need the rest. But to not give Moises Caicedo rest was absolutely criminal. What a pass that is by Nico O'Reilly, who absorbs contact and finds a good pass. Here's Marmoush. finds O'Reilly. Good combination play on the left-hand side. O'Reilly with the drive. He got a clear view of the top corner. Tried to go for it again. Nico O'Reilly has been excellent throughout this match defensively. And you can see him attacking-wise. He's been top-notch. Well, 4 points separates 1 and 2. Chelsea as it stands with 20 points, 2 points behind Manchester City in second. Chelsea will welcome Arsenal on the 30th of November at Stamford Bridge. That game suddenly so heavy in terms of weightage. Well, City just looking to knock the ball around here. Cody Gakpo turns away from Nunez and Savinho. Here's Curtis Jones. Again, short passing options here. Neatly done. Here's Ibrahima Konate. Mo Salah. It's a disappointing ball again. Just hopeful rather than expecting that to reach his teammate. Marmoush nearly keeps that in. He does. Konate is trying to wrestle him and he successfully gets the decision in his favour. Well, Arne Slot thought that the game against Aston Villa and Real Madrid might have been a turning point, but their league form continues to plummet. Alexander Isak yet to get a goal in the Premier League as we head into the November international break. It has been far from ideal for the defending champions. It's a time in the international break for the entire club to come together and try and find solutions. They're not just getting beaten, they're getting beaten very frequently. Well, 2 minutes plus stoppage time remain. Manchester City have all but navigated this match. The Haaland, Gonzalez and the Jeremy Doku special sealing the points for Manchester City. Szoboszlai. Here's Konate. Can they win the ball? Curtis Jones misplaces passes and Savinho will get the foul and he'll get Jones booked too. Curtis Jones was in no mood for a foot race there against the Brazilian Savinho. Instead, it's a cynical foul. A good nutmeg there by Savinho. The nutmeg and he was off. Clear foul there by Curtis Jones. A minute of normal time remains. Good pass onto the right hand side. Might be a foul there by Matheus Nunes. It is. Arne Slot will be back to the drawing board here. Back to the tactics board. He's been beaten by every coach in the 7-week period, which has been really troublesome for them. International break is probably coming at the right time for Liverpool. Maybe not for Manchester City, who have once again picked up form. This is 4 wins in all comps. On the bounce, they're heading into the international break in immaculate form. And City and Guardiola have been there, done that, and that's why you've seen Arsenal fans who are not getting giddy, they're not getting carried away. Even though they've had good metrics in their favour, City just 4 points behind is a scary proposition. Here's Josko Guardiola onto the right hand side. 3 minutes of stoppage time has been added on. Here's Haaland. City looking for the fourth here just before the full time. What a pass this is. Omar Marmoush just dragged wide. Erling Haaland nearly turns provider. City looking to end with a flourish. Bernardo Silva keeps it short for Phil Foden. Foden again. Oh, that's a needless foul there by Szoboszlai, who has picked. Did he pick up a yellow card, Szoboszlai? I think he has. Liverpool players clearly frustrated. You can totally understand that as 2 minutes of stoppage time remain. Phil Foden gets a needless knockdown there by Szoboszlai. Ball was clearly gone. He knows exactly what he's doing there. Nico Gonzalez with a cheeky word to Dominic Szoboszlai there as Manchester City have a free kick opportunity to add the fourth just before the full-time whistle. And before the game, I'd really like to thank everyone who's tuned in. It's been a fun game to watch. And when Liverpool lose, it just gets better. 3-0 for Manchester City. Totally deserved. Here's Foden. Good bit of skill there. Foden just drags his shot wide. Saw that as probably his last opportunity to get a shot on goal before the full-time whistle. Jeremy Doku, definitely named as man of the match, as he has a sheepish smile on his face. But my goodness me, what a monstrous performance it was. Don't let that smile fool you. This guy is a beast. El Konate, the good dribble out the back. Where was this the entire match? It's far too late from Liverpool's point of view. Their fans might have already headed to the train stations because it's going to be a long trip for them. Making the journey in the pouring rain in Manchester. It's tough being a fan. Nobody said it would be easy, especially when you're a fan which goes to away grounds. A lot of respect. Yeah, Nico Riley's defended that so well. Just does a fake jump, thinking that maybe the ball will fall to him. Szoboszlai is reading that. Says just to throw in. His entire game has just been 10 on 10 in terms of composure. Nico O'Reilly from the academy, he's just cemented that left back spot. It's going to take a lot for Ryan Aït-Nouri to try and displace him as the full-time whistle blows at the Etihad Stadium. Manchester City put on a 3-star show, but they were outstanding throughout the match. Erling Haaland opened the scoring after missing a penalty. Nico Gonzalez, before the half-time whistle, got a fortuitous deflection past Mamadashvili in the second half. Liverpool barely laid a glove on Manchester City. Cody Gakpo had the best chance at the left-hand side post, but his effort went over the crossbar. With Manchester City's next attack, though, we saw the best goal of the match. The best player on the pitch, Jeremy Doku, with the icing on top of the cake. Pep Guardiola finally breaks the streak of 2.5 years without a win against Liverpool. He finally breaks that as match week 11 ends with Arsenal on top of the table. 26 points plus 15 goal difference. Man City 4 points behind, level on goal difference. Chelsea in third with 20 points. Sunderland on 19. Spurs, Aston Villa, Manchester United and Liverpool. That's rather 5th to 8th, all tied with 18 points, with just goal difference separating the two. Liverpool below Manchester United heading into this international break. How many of you saw that coming after what happened last season? Full time here at the Etihad Stadium. It's Manchester City